What if I told you that one of the most sanctioned countries on Earth secretly controls the fate of 3 continents? Not through armies, not through oil, but through something far more dangerous: invisible networks of influence that even Washington fears. Welcome to World Power Circle, where we decode the hidden forces shaping our world. Today, we pull back the curtain on Iran's secret power grid, what it is, how it works, and why every global superpower is watching. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Iran projects power far beyond its borders and why removing it from the global equation is nearly impossible. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We break down global power like no one else. Now, let's get into it. To understand Iran's hidden power, we have to go back all the way to 1979. When Ayatollah Khomeini seized power, the West assumed Iran would collapse within years. They were catastrophically wrong. From day one, the Islamic Republic had a single obsession: export the revolution. Not with pamphlets but with proxies, money, and weapons. By the 1980s, Iran was already funding Hezbollah in Lebanon, creating the blueprint for what would become the most sophisticated proxy network in modern history. Here's the brilliance of Iran's strategy. Proxies allow Iran to fight wars without technically fighting. It's plausible deniability turned into foreign policy, and the engine behind all of this, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC. This isn't just a military branch. It's a shadow state with its own economy, intelligence network, and foreign policy. The IRGC controls an estimated 40% of Iran's economy, from construction to telecom to oil smuggling. Sanctions don't weaken them. In many ways, sanctions actually made them stronger. So by the turn of the millennium, Iran had built something extraordinary, a parallel power structure, invisible to most, but felt everywhere. Now let's look at where that power lives today. Iran's influence isn't a random collection of alliances. It's a carefully constructed land bridge known as the Shia Crescent. This corridor stretches from Tehran, through Iraq, across Syria, and ends in Lebanon, right on Israel's doorstep. Let's break it down piece by piece. In Iraq, Iran cultivates deep ties with powerful Shia militias. These groups aren't just armed fighters, they are political players embedded in the Iraqi government. They give Iran a direct say in Baghdad's politics and a military foothold right next door. Next is Syria. When the Syrian civil war erupted, Iran saw a golden opportunity. By backing Bashar al-Assad, Iran not only saved a key ally but also solidified its land route to the Mediterranean. The IRGC and its proxies were instrumental in turning the tide of the war, cementing Iran's influence for decades to come. And that brings us to Lebanon, the crown jewel of Iran's proxy network, Hezbollah. Hezbollah is more than a militia, it's a state within a state. It has its own army, social services, and political party. It's the most powerful non-state actor in the world, and it answers to Tehran. Through Hezbollah, Iran can project power directly onto Israel's border, creating a permanent strategic threat. But the crescent isn't the whole story. In Yemen, Iran backs the Houthi rebels, who now control the capital and, crucially, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a choke point for global shipping. By arming the Houthis, Iran can disrupt one of the world's most vital trade routes at will, giving it leverage over the entire global economy. So, how does Iran actually manage this sprawling network? It's not just about sending money and guns. It's a sophisticated system of control built on 3 pillars: ideology, technology, and asymmetric warfare. Ideologically, Iran frames its actions as a resistance against Western and Israeli influence, uniting its proxies under a common banner. This isn't just propaganda, it's a powerful motivator that inspires deep loyalty. Technologically, Iran has become a master of cheap but effective weaponry. Think drones and precision-guided missiles. They supply their proxies with the technology to build their own advanced weapons, creating self-sustaining arsenals across the region. This is a game changer. Instead of expensive jets and tanks, Iran allies can use a swarm of $10,000 drones to disable a billion-dollar warship or a multi-billion-dollar oil facility. This is the essence of asymmetric warfare, using low-cost, high-impact tactics to neutralize a technologically superior enemy. It allows Iran to challenge superpowers like the United States and Israel without ever needing a conventional military that can match theirs. And an IRGC's Quds Force is the operational arm that makes it all happen. They are the trainers, the strategists, and the logisticians who coordinate this vast network, turning ideological allies into effective fighting forces. It's a model that is incredibly resilient and difficult to counter. You can't just bomb a central headquarters. The network is decentralized, adaptable, and deeply embedded in local populations. This brings us to the big question: why can't the world's superpowers just dismantle this network? The reality is, it's almost impossible. Every part of Iran's network is woven into the fabric of its host country. In Lebanon, Hezbollah is a major political party. In Iraq, the militias are part of the state security forces. Removing them would mean dismantling the states themselves, potentially creating even more chaos and instability, something no one wants. Furthermore, a direct military strike on Iran is a non-starter. Iran's conventional military could block the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil flows. The economic fallout would be catastrophic. And that's before their proxies across the entire Middle East retaliate, targeting US bases, allies, and global trade. It would trigger a regional war with devastating global consequences. This is the core of Iran's strategy: deterrence. By making the cost of a direct attack unthinkably high, Iran protects its regime and its ability to project power. Sanctions have been the primary tool used against Iran, and while they've crippled the official economy, they've paradoxically empowered the IRGC's shadow economy, making them even more entrenched. So, what's the endgame? Iran's goal is regional hegemony. It wants to be the undisputed dominant power in the Middle East, free from American and Israeli influence. Its proxy network is the key to achieving this. It allows Iran to challenge its rivals, shape regional politics, and ensure its own survival, all while maintaining a degree of separation. So, let's recap. Iran has built a sophisticated and resilient empire of influence not through conquest, but through a decentralized network of loyal proxies. This axis of resistance stretches from the mountains of Yemen to the shores of the Mediterranean, giving Tehran leverage over global trade, regional stability, and the security of its adversaries. It's powered by the IRGC, a shadow state with its own massive economy, and fueled by an ideology of resistance and mastery of asymmetric warfare. This makes Iran's power grid incredibly difficult to dismantle without triggering a much larger conflict. It has a strategy that has allowed a sanctioned and isolated nation to become one of the most influential and feared players on the world stage. The story of Iran's secret power grid is a masterclass in modern geopolitics, showing that in the 21st century, true power isn't always about who has the biggest army, but who has the smartest network. What do you think is the most effective part of Iran's strategy? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching World Power Circle. If you found this breakdown valuable, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world. We'll see you in the next one.